have been a lot of studies and a lot of facts that shows that what is happening at the local level is because those space, the governance system in those space have collapsed. And I think the intendment of the Constitution is clearly to support the local government in a way so that they can begin to provide one or two services and therefore help our citizens to have their source of livelihood guaranteed. But definitely our experience so far, I think, is one that shows otherwise. The lame excuse of local governments not being, having the capacity, I think to me is something we must address. You cannot have capacity when you've not been given the chance and the opportunity to even carry out your function. And we all know very truly that if you look at the funding of the local government, I think it's a very sad situation.
We have lying in all the states the National Assembly bill on the reform of the local government systems, which was part of the last effort of this assembly to amend the Constitution. Now, some governors are still sitting on it. So, in furtherance of this motion, I would just want to use the opportunity to appeal to those states where those bills are still hanging, to allow the state assemblies to look into those bills and then take a decision one way or the other. If we're able to do that, it will be one of the best legacies this assembly will be able to give to Nigerians. The issue of the management of allocation of both the state, the federal, and local governments are all set out in the section 162 of the Constitution. As responsible parliament, my suggestion, therefore, is that in line with this motion and in support of the NFIU, it is better that our relevant committee should also liaise with the NFIU to ensure that whatever guideline they're coming up with does not conflict with our Constitution.
Mr. President, I rise to support this very important motion for two reasons. Number one, the local government today, as they exist, cannot function effectively because they don't have funds. The governors are not giving them the funds that they get from the federation account. If you look at the Constitution, there are certain functions the local government are supposed to do, and they are specified. They were able to do those functions, but today, honestly, they are unable to do that because they are financially strangulated.
I might be right to say that if we succeed in ensuring this, more than 60% of the problem of corruption of this country will have been solved, with the greatest respect. Because with what we are seeing, sir, and what we have had, it is only fair that we ask ourselves whether we can continue along this line. And I'm of the opinion that we cannot continue, and that we must come together and ensure that local government revenues, are allowed to be channeled to those concerned so that there can be even development in accordance with the wishes and aspirations of the framers of our Constitution.
The time of local administration has come, and I believe we are going to be part and parcel of this fantastic decision to liberate the local government from the shackles of some of the state governors. Mr. President, you were governor, and I believe that when the Deputy Senate President was speaking, he included people like you and me. During our time, our local government were allowed to function. We never were out their monies, and that was why they were able to execute projects for the common good. Today, it is a far cry.
It's clear that, like everything else, a few bad eggs also tend to give the whole system a bad name in this area. And I think apart from all this, there must be a kind of interface between National Assembly and the governors to let them understand the need to finally allow these local governments to have their autonomy. I think it's important because it's clearly that this is affecting local government administration. So I hope that the state assemblies will be able to make the necessary amendment, but it will require some kind of working with the governors to really allow this to happen. And I think it's time the governors allow it to happen. We have tried something for a long time. It's not working. And I think it is better to also try the full autonomy of the local governments and see how that works.